Well, we're live! Hello, take my glasses off. Hello, everybody. We're live. Good afternoon, and welcome to the AA Social Media Abstinence Show with me, Ola Agbaimoni, and surprise, surprise, not Sarah Arrow, but Lucy Davies. Lucy, say hello to everybody.
Hello. Hi there. I don't think you can see, but I did actually dye my hair a little bit redder this week, just to be a bit more like Sarah.
I think you would have needed to do a lot more red.
Yeah, it's very subtle. It's just less grey than it was.
Yeah, and subtlety isn't something Sarah's very good at, really. No, so Lucy's joined us. So Lucy has got two jobs. She's going to be my co-host today, but she's also going to be the person that I interview and we talk about. And Lucy is very new to this. She's so new to this that she's literally just got into the world of full-time entrepreneurship, having just left the corporate sector. So we're going to give Lucy a big hug. Toolbox. Sarah usually does sound effects on the toolbox, but every time I do it, it breaks. So I'm going to clap. So Lucy,
thank you.
Tell us a little bit about you while I find the drinks I'm about to choke. So over to you.
Okay, well, I'm Lucy. I've just left the sort of corporate world to branch out into social media for the food industry, so focusing on restaurants and other food businesses. I've always worked in the customer support side of things, but for a software company, and spent my time outside of work and even sometimes inside work thinking about food, and that's my kind of passion. So I thought, how can I bring together this kind of techie customer service background and passion for food, and decided it's helping food businesses use the technology we have now to reach out to their customers.
Excellent.
And that's where I am.
As I say, excellent. I think that's going to be very helpful for our AA social media abstinence show, because I come across a lot of small restaurant owners, cafe owners, and they've got one of two opinions about social media and marketing. Either it's no point and they shouldn't do it, or it's so expensive that they can't do it. But the outcome is both that they don't do it. And we all know, do me little Brucey, what happens when you don't market? Go out of business. So you've got to market. And Lucy's here to tell us how you can do that. How can you be a small local restaurant? You know, obviously the internet is global. Why be on something like Facebook when it goes across the globe, when actually those people aren't going to come off the internet and come into your little restaurant in Stratford? So how do you do it? You know, this is so I'm being the restaurant owner. So you know, so how do I do it? What do I do? What's the point? Over to you.
Okay. Well, there's just, you know, I could talk for hours about why you should be on social media, but I think addressing that kind of local, global issue is that if I walk down the street now with my phone, which everybody's doing, and think I want somewhere to eat, when I look on Facebook, you know, Facebook knows enough to show me restaurants that are right down the street. So it's got a built-in, it knows where you are, it knows where the places that are near you, and then the more active you are on Facebook, you know, the better you're going to show up when people are searching. It's something like 70% of searches now are done on mobile. So people out and about just thinking, right, I want a restaurant now, where is there? So you want to be showing up there.
Also, not only might they say, I want a restaurant, where is there? One, they might be standing outside your restaurant thinking, I wonder what that place is like. I'm going to ask my mates on Facebook, or I'm just going to check them out on Facebook. So, you know, if you're not there, it's not necessarily they won't come in, but if you're there, you've got positive reviews, you know, people are talking about you, there's a buzz, so they're more likely that they will come in and want to be part of that discussion. So I think what Lucy's saying is, it's local, market locally using a global platform. You don't have to try and reach 1 billion people. Reaching 10,000 would have a massive impact on your business. And in fact, reaching 2,000, if you had 2,000 customers, regularly came in, posted about you, and came back, just think what that would do to your business.
Yeah, for most restaurants, that would be enough. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so What you've got to remember, and so Lucy will concur with this, is that when you are on social media platforms, you have to remember to be, what is it, Lucy?
Social.
Social.
Sociable.
Sociable.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, if you're just there promoting, you know, and yeah, okay, so there's some good responses for people who promote vouchers and gift freebies, but people are always hunting freebies. Don't tend to be loyal customers. Bargain hunters hunt for bargains, but you want to reward your loyal customers, but you also want them to come back. So the more engaged you are, the more
Yeah.
sociable you are, the more they're likely to think this is more than just a restaurant. This is a destination.
Yeah. And I think as well now, especially if you live in a city, there's so much competition that, if I take a different route to work, I'll pass somewhere that I haven't gone past and I think, oh, I remember, that's a fantastic restaurant. How long is it? And, you realise you've not been for 5 years because it's just off your radar. If it's there when you log into Facebook and you're seeing posts from them, chatting about stuff, and you engage with them, they stay top of mind for you. So I think that's another important factor.
Absolutely, and I was just bringing that kind of linking the real world to the social media world, because actually when you have a premises, there's so much more you can do to get a kind of double boost from what you're doing on social media and what actually happens in the real world. In terms of being able to show the pictures in the real world on Facebook media, rewarding people from facial media actually in the restaurant. So what would you suggest around that, Lucy?
So connecting the two.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, you can do things like you can sort of incentivize people to check in at your restaurants. When people check in on Facebook, that means their friends will see that they've gone to that restaurant and friends of friends. So that really increases your reach. You can incentivize people to do that with a free drink or a free starter, that kind of thing. You can also, a really fun thing to do is to run photography competitions. So you can get people to take photos. You can set them a topic, or you can just have photos of them enjoying your restaurant, and they post it to social media, tag you. You get to look at them all their friends get to see that they've tagged you in a photo, and then every week, every month, you can reward one of those people with a prize. And that's a great way of sort of spreading the word and getting more content.
Absolutely, and it is, and you can not just do this on Facebook, but you can do it on all the social media platforms. You can link them across, because people are engaged on social media. It's like Lucy said, I think it's higher than 70% at the moment. Searches are done on social media, but we spend an awful lot of our time on social media. It's become It's become like entertainment, hasn't it? Self-generated entertainment. Rather than watch the telly, where they've actually sorted it all out and you just sit back, everyone's busy creating almost their own entertainment. And as a small business owner, creating more entertainment for people, because they're hungry for it. So, you can do things that are kind of off-wall, because what you've got to remember is that other people are going to be doing that. There's competition. So what kind of off-the-wall things can you do as a small restaurant owner that's going to make you stand out from the crowd, as we say?
Off the wall is not sure I can think of something particularly off the wall. But I think a really important thing is to remember that it doesn't all need to be about your restaurant or even about food. People are on social to chat. So, you get loads of reaction if you just share things like the book you're reading at the moment and chat about what other people are reading, what films they're going to see, share songs from YouTube. I think that would probably be enough to set you apart, because so few restaurants are doing that kind of thing at the moment.
Yes, I mean, things that are not literally. You absolutely is exactly what I was talking about. Sharing other stuff, you could sharing your life events. People, as a small restaurant owner, it's likely that you're in the restaurant, you're part of the food preparation, you're part of the service delivery, and so people are going to want to know about you, and they will come back to you because it's you. You know, there's a different experience from somebody going to McDonald's and buying a quick meal. You know, not looking to be friends with the McDonald's franchise owner or the staff that turn over every time college changes. You know, that's not really why they're there. They want in and out fast. But as a restaurant owner, it's almost like you're inviting someone into your family. Really.
Yeah.
It's that kind of really personal touch, and you can, as Lucy was saying, you can mirror that in your social media, and because actually, when you think about it, Lucy, people on social media are inherently nosy, or they wouldn't be there.
Yeah, yeah. I think most of the people who don't use social media are people who want to keep their lives to themselves, and similarly aren't that interested in other people's. But people like me, you know, just out there, I want to know what people are doing, why they do that, you know, where they've been for their holidays and what they're watching, and yeah, so sharing that kind of thing.
Absolutely. And so, what sort of tricks have you? Do you by tricks I mean kind of time-saving strategies or things that create leverage that do you suggest to your clients that might mean that they can get more from, say, a single post?
That's a good question. More from a single post.
You know, like if I'm in a restaurant and I post a picture of my somebody enjoying a meal, so I can post it on Facebook, but then I could also perhaps post it on another platform or get someone to you know, somewhere else.
Yeah, so I think you can share things across different. I mean, a really good example of that is combining Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Because Instagram is a great platform for photo sharing. It's very easy to set it up so those photographs go onto your Facebook business page, and then you can tag relevant people and get people to share them, and then you can tweet them out if you're on Twitter as well. So you can, you know, you tend to often get different people like us are probably on every platform just because it's what we do and it's our business. But, you know, a lot of people will just be on Twitter or only be on Facebook. So I think you don't need to worry too much about, you know, people seeing the same things in different places because you're seeing different audiences.
Absolutely, and the other thing is things like Twitter and Pinterest move very fast as well. So, like, whereas a post on Facebook has got quite a long shelf life, on Twitter they don't. You know, if you pick it up in your feed when it's published, chances are you'll never see it. So you again, you don't really have to worry about people thinking, oh, I saw that before. And actually, you know, if you think about all kinds of marketing, a large part of it is about repetition because we get so many marketing messages all the time. You know, the only reason we know so much about Coca-Cola and IKEA, apparently IKEA is not IKEA anymore, but IKEA.
Oh, right.
I mean, we're IKEA. Seriously? What you IKEA the other day? But anyway, it's because they put their message in front of us so many times. You know, when you see an advert, you don't think, oh, I saw that advert 30 seconds ago before the last break. And it's the same advert. So I'm not saying that, you know, your content is advertising, but repetition engages familiarity, and we get so many messages that, you know, chances are you didn't pay that much attention the first time. It's like reading a book twice. You know, you find other parts of the plot that you weren't actually paying attention to when you first saw it. Yeah. And so people worry far too much about things being repeated.
I think that's particularly true with Twitter. When I've met with people are very nervous when they start out about sending too many messages. And by that, they're thinking, you know, more than 3 a day. And it's like, no, you know, most people on Twitter will see a tiny, tiny percentage of the messages from the people they follow. So if you want, you know, any reasonable number of people to see them, you know, you send them out 2-3 times, it's no problem.
And that's particularly true on Facebook, especially if you have a business page, because Facebook are set up so that only a very small percentage, I think it's something around 6 to 9% of your followers or fans will see what you post. And that's a percentage. So if you've only got 10 fans, then one of them will see what you post. Whereas if you've got 100,000 fans, and more of them will see it because you've got a bigger number. So they don't think, oh, you've only got 100 fans, I'll show it to all of them.
Yeah.
Which is quite mean, really, isn't it? You'd think, oh, you've only got 2 fans, show it to both of them. And
Yeah.
but they don't. There are lots of people on Facebook who think they've got no friends because Facebook never show their posts to anybody.
Yeah.
So repeating it, and the more active you are on Facebook, the more you repeat things. Somebody's doing that ringing thing again. Sorry, I've got to keep getting this thing ringing on my iPad. What is it? I think, yeah, okay, so Facebook have now introduced people phoning you from Facebook. What was with that? I mean, someone was just trying to phone me from Facebook on my iPad.
Oh, I've missed that one.
Yeah, no, you can ring. So for the social media people who felt that there was too much intrusion, that's
Right.
you know, next thing on the line, Facebook allows people to phone you. They're just your friends, though. They can actually phone you on your mobile devices, or actually on the screen. But as we were saying before, we were so rudely interrupted by Facebook trying to ring me. Most of the people don't see what you do, so repeating it will give more of an opportunity to for them to see it. And the more you're actively on Facebook, the more likely more people are going to see what you post.
Yeah, I mean, I know everyone's really upset about how few people see Facebook posts now, but I think one benefit of that is it was quite easy to be complacent a year or two ago and just post something. Lots of people would see it. You can walk away, leave that. You've done your job. At least now, you know that you've got to put a bit more effort into it. You need to be sociable and try and get people to engage with you or post things that are worthy of them sharing. So, that's, if there's any benefit to it, then it's that it's making people think a bit more about how they can get talking to people on Facebook rather than just posting.
And yeah, and if you just post stuff subconsciously, using tools, Facebook will punish you for that because it wants you to be there engaging on the platform. And the nicest thing about running a restaurant is that you've got an army of people. It's ringing again, isn't it?
Yep.
Live on air. It's like, have you seen Jeremy Paxman? His mobile rang on the thingy show. It's like, but they don't even know how you're supposed to answer the phone. How does it work? Let's have a look. Oh, what it is. Okay, hang on. Let me see. I'll just tell him I'm on the thing. Hello? Hello? Oh, he's gone.
It's his chance to be live on air.
Live on air, right. What was I going to say? So Facebook have got this new message app. Yeah, it's a message app that you can use. That's separate from Facebook. So yeah, you can download it on your phone, and that's what was ringing. It's because it used to be in Facebook. They've separated it now. So maybe we'll write about that so you can see how useful or unuseful it is. I just wonder who Facebook ask every time they change something. You said, who did you ask? I know you've got 1 billion followers, but did you ask anyone over here? Maybe people in Bulgaria like that, but yeah.
I don't think they ask.
You don't think they ask anybody?
So yes, we were just talking about if you've got a restaurant, you've got a team to help you with your social media.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I was saying you've got a team of raving fans, because if you give your customers incredible service, when they go out, they're going to want to tell other people about it. And if they're on social media, you encourage them to do that, they will do that on social media. So incentivize them to write reviews, to share your stuff, because you're nice to them, and people like being nice back to people who are nice to them.
They do, yeah.
So you've got lots of opportunities. I hope you feel now as a small business owner that actually, what social media offers you is the ability to expand your reach in an area that makes sense to your business, and that you don't have to have millions of fans to do that. And in fact, if those people are never going to come into your shop, that the days of the vanity numbers are over, aren't they? Not people, only kind of like people who really don't get it are still into the numbers, because it doesn't actually make any difference. Why have 10,000 Facebook fans if all of them are in Bulgaria?
Yeah.
Budapest and your restaurant's in Covent Garden. You know, oh yeah, if they're on holiday, they might come over. But how many are going to come on holiday that frequently to say it's going to make a difference to your business? So yeah. So what else can you tell our small restaurant owners about using social media or blogging? You know,
blogging. They don't want to blog. I love restaurant blogs, but they're surprisingly hard to find. I just think blogging's a great sort of centerpiece for your social media because it gives you don't have to do it every week or two is great, and then it gives you things to share on social media. It's really good for the SEO for your site. And it's just a really great way of people getting to know a bit more about you and your values and your food and what you care about. I would love it if there was the rule that every restaurant had to have a blog.
Well, do you know what? I think for some people, writing's not their forte.
Yeah.
That was real South London, wasn't it? Writing's not their forte. Okay, put back on the voice. Writing is not their forte. However, you don't need to write in order to create a blog. You can create a video. You can create images. You know, if you really don't like writing, record yourself speaking to camera. Remember what we said earlier. This is about you. This is about people seeing the real you. They don't expect you to have a BBC or ITV or Sky. See, you notice why I wasn't preferential there. Studio in your home for you to record this video. They want, or in your restaurant. They just want to see the real life thing. You know, if you were the Ritz or one of those big restaurants, they might think, well, you didn't spend much money on this. But as a small restaurant owner, they're not looking for that. So you can literally and everybody's mobile phone have got cameras that are more powerful than most people's cameras are. So you don't actually have to use amazing new technology. You could possibly record a small video to your phone and post that up. And I think people have got this kind of idea that the internet expects you to provide stuff that's great quality because the big people on the internet do. But I think if there's a message we're giving to people today is don't try and act like a big fish in that sense. You know, you want to use the tactics, but the tactics that are right for you as a small company.
Yeah, because if you're a family business, that's what people want to see when they look at you. You know, they don't expect it to be some really slick produced video. They just want to see you being you. Otherwise, they would have gone to that other restaurant in the first place. They come to you because they like that more kind of homely, friendly interaction.
Yeah. Absolutely. And besides, most restaurants, if it's a restaurant, it's going to be a kind of nice location. You can video it in the restaurant whilst you're closed. So you've you've got the restaurant backdrop, or even show people the kitchen where the food's prepared. People would be interested in that. Or where you
I think behind the scenes shots of the kitchen, or even the kitchen in action, are great because that's what people want to know.
It's ringing again. Hang on a minute.
It is.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm online. I'm live on the radio at the moment. So can I call you back in about 10 minutes?
No, it's no problem.
Okay, I'll call you back. All right then, bye.
You tell me radio station and I'll call you.
Oh, okay. It's Google Hangouts. But I don't.
No, I don't know the number. Text it to me.
All right then. Bye.
Okay.
Right, I don't think I'll be doing that. Because it's not got a number. And if I send him the web list, we'll be off there in a minute. But anyway, that's just a friend, an old friend. Or not. They didn't realise his life. Anyway, at least he's not going to call again. He's been calling me for hours. Anyway, so what we were saying, behind the scenes, showing the people what you're made of, what the real you is. There's loads of things. In fact, just sitting here between me and you now, we could brainstorm at least 100 different aspects of topics that as a restaurant you could show. So if you think, I don't know what to talk about, you could just brainstorm and think, well, okay, from where the food is produced, how the food is produced, what the ingredients are, what's in season, loads of things. Am I still here? I seem to have gone offline. Can you hear me?
Hello? Yes, yeah, I've got you. Yeah.
So yeah, loads.
And get your team. Every restaurant, even a small restaurant, has people working front of house, people working in the kitchen. Ask them. You've got loads of people there, all have different ideas, and just keep a big list.
Yep, and in each one of them is an article or a picture. I think having what I call a swipe file, where like what happens is you get this great idea. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You think, oh yeah, it's great, and then when you're going to write your blog or post some content, you got to think what the hell to post. So keep pieces of paper. When you've got them together, put them in a file. Call it a swipe file. It can be electronic, it can be on your desk. And so when you're going to look for information, you've got that stuff there ready. The great ideas that you didn't have time to act on when they came up, but now they're saved for prosperity.
Yeah. The same with photos. If you're taking a picture of one of your meals in the restaurant, take a few while you're at it and save them for you don't have to use them as soon as you take them. And just have a batch ready for when you're busy.
Yeah, and things like parties, if people book your restaurant out for a party, you can always ask for the permission to show people having a really great time. It shows the versatility of your restaurant because you can have different activities there. I hope we've given you some really great ideas of how you can be more social and more engaging without being too promotional. Oh yeah. However, don't forget to promote yourself. Because that's the other extreme, isn't it? Where you just spend so much time engaging.
Yeah, you've got loads of friends but no customers.
You might actually say, oh, by the way, come down to the restaurant. So what sort of things would you suggest people use to actually then entice people into the restaurant?
Oh, there's just so many special offers and different ways to do it. But I think the best one was a restaurant in London. I've forgotten who it is. And on Monday nights, they have a thing where at the end of the meal, you get to roll a dice. And if you roll a 6, it's all on the house.
Oh, wow.
I think that is the best special offer. I mean, obviously, it could all go horribly wrong for you if for some freaky reason everyone rolls a 6. But you know what? It's just such a great idea.
Yeah, no, but obviously they've got a 1 in 6 chance of people doing it, and you can and you know what? As a person giving away any kind of promotion, you've always got control over how generous you are. So you can set your rules. You can say, only applicable to meals up to the cost of X amount of money. All sorts of things that make it more controllable for you. So, just because you're giving something away doesn't mean to say you have to risk losing your shirt.
Yeah, you can do food and get them to pay for the drinks, where a lot of your profit is anyway, and things like that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So don't be too afraid about being generous in your offers, because you can control your generosity without looking like you're really mean. And people won't expect, somebody came in and spent £600 on a meal. Of which 400 quid was drinks. They're not expecting you to give them their drinks bill. If you just said, "No, actually, it's just the meal that applies to," they'd be quite up for that. So yeah, I think that's a great offer. I'm gonna go down that restaurant with me loaded dice.
Yeah.
Another thing is you could do the Monopoly one, because this is quite. Those odds are hard though. So you have 2 dice and you have to roll a double 6.
Yeah.
You have to roll a double 6.
Dice, triple 6.
Yeah, it's up to you how you set the odds so that you don't lose. You don't feel like you're giving too much of your profit away. But it makes it more fun, isn't it? In fact, the more kind of difficult the odds, the funner it is to do, because you think, oh, how good am I at that? That's actually quite a good. I love that. You can't remember that restaurant. We could have given them some publicity. Okay.
Yeah,
so if you're a restaurant out there with this idea,
I think it might be the Indian restaurant, Dishoom.
Which one?
Dishoom, they're called. DISHOOM.
Okay,
it might be them.
If this isn't you, I suggest you implement this policy straight away, because people are going to be flocking to your restaurant on Monday.
Yes, people.
To have have a go. And you know, and that's just one idea for promotions. A lot of restaurants run promotions in their less busy time. You know, if you eat before a certain time on your less busy days, you've got a special set meal. There's all sorts of things that you can then use to promote on Facebook to actually encourage people to come into the shop once they've got to be your friend. So just as we sum up, because we know we've got over a half an hour, and I always say to people that, you know, we want to keep time because we know you're busy entrepreneurs. You know, just to sum up, there's just to say there's so many things you can do to engage people. So start by trying to make friends, because like Lucy said, over and above anything, you have to be social. Then what next, Lucy?
Yeah, be friends. You've got me now.
I'll put you on the spot. Start by being friends, engage them. Don't forget to do your promotions.
Yeah.
And really think about
share more about you behind the scenes.
And really think about how you can link online and offline to create a really great experience for your customers. You know, how can you bring the two things together? How can you make people participate in your marketing? If you need any help with this, we've got an expert here in the form of Lucy. You can get in touch with Lucy at her website, which is, Lucy, your website.
Is www.appetizesocialmedia.com.
Great name. I feel
Appetize with a Z.
AppetizeSocialMedia.com. We'll put it under the bottom of this post when I finally post it up. So I'll put it on the Google Plus page. And so thank you, Lucy, for being a great Sarah.
You're welcome. I'm sure I was better behaved.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You were much better behaved, more focused. No doubt. So
just a bit less red.
We'll be back next week, either with Sarah or and me, or maybe Sarah without me. Actually, maybe we should take the week off, and Sarah can be without me. And yeah, so have a great week. If you've got any questions, post them up. We did have one question which I forgot to answer, which is how can I make my social media more work for me? But I think we covered that. You know, we spoke very much today about how you can make your social media work for you and get you more customers, which has been the kind of whole topic. So thank you for Ola for that question. I hope you felt we answered it. So have a great week, and we'll see you in a week's time, same place. Bye.
Bye.